Okay, now we'll get into the rarer stuff. These are 12-inch singles in colored vinyl. The first one's a red vinyl. It's from France. It's got I Was Made for Loving You. On the flip side, it's got Charisma. The next one is from Mexico on green vinyl with Christine 16 and Dirty Livin' on the flip side. And then the next one is yellow vinyl with the same thing, Dirty Livin' and Christine 16. Those are from Mexico. Okay, here's the Peter Criss Out of Control album. This one's a Japanese on Casablanca and Polystar, I believe. Go ahead and flip that. This is Let Me Rock You. This is with a different cover, of course. We showed you the first cover earlier. And this again is from Japan. This is the Lick It Up cover we talked about. This is from Japan. That's a cover over the cover that's the American release. If you lift that up, it's kind of like the butcher block for the Beatles thing. If you lift that up, that's the unmasked cover for Lick It Up. But this is the one with makeup. That's from Japan also. Okay, we're getting into some bootlegs. We'll throw some in. This one's Mama We're All Crazy Now, Kiss on Tour in Japan in 1977. Next one's from 1984. This is Kiss Hit Wembley. Alright, here they are. These are the solo picture discs from Japan. What they are is part of the puzzle posters that the American releases had in them. These are the actual picture disc covers. The first one's Ace. Next one is Peter, Paul's, and then Gene's. These are really hard to find, and if you get them, call me, I'll buy them from you. Anyways, this is double platinum from Japan with the band. Okay, this is Love Gun from Japan. It's got a gatefold sleeve, and we're going to show that to you. Okay, this is a gatefold sleeve. Of course, it's the same as the inner sleeves on the US versions with the Kiss in Blood. Okay, this is the radio promo for Rock and Roll Over, much like the Summer Tour album. I'm going to flip that over and show you what's on it. Okay, there you go. I Want You, Hard Luck Woman, Take Me, Baby Driver, and Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. That's a really hard one to find. This is another promo album for double platinum. This is called A Taste of Platinum. This has Strutter 78, Do You Love Me, Love Gun, and Firehouse on it. Okay, here's some more bootlegs. This is Hall of Fame Kiss. This is looks like it's another Animalized show. Okay, the next one is a Black Diamond, which is outtakes from the Lick It Up studio sessions. And this one's A Step Ahead, which is another Animalized concert. Okay, here's a couple picture discs. This one's Turn on the Night. It's a 12-inch EP from the UK. Okay, there's a flip side for that. It's got Turn on the Night, Hell or High Water, King of the Mountain, and Any Way You Slice. It's just like the EP we showed before. Okay, this is the Asylum disc that we said we'd show you later. Same thing as the other discs are on phonogram. We'll flip it over for you real quick. And there's that one. Now these say limited to 500 or limited to 1500, but no one's ever been able to prove that true. So that's the Asylum picture disc. Okay, we're going to go through some bootlegs kind of quick here. First one's Kiss Live in Australia in 1980. There's the back of that. It's kind of a neat old cover. Okay, that one's made in France. Next one's Kiss Talk to Me. It's also a 1980 tour. The next one is Kiss Rock and Roll. It's got a really nice cover of the Love Gun poster with our good buddy Paul on the back. That's from Live in Australia also. Next one is Kiss Light Years Ahead, which is one of the best bootleg covers. 1974 Long Beach. Also something at Michigan Palace in 74. Okay, this one we showed you before. This is in Argentina. This is another copy of it. Go ahead and flip that around. There you go with that one. I still can't believe they put the love theme from Kiss on it, but they did. Okay, the next one is live in Long Beach, January 27th, 1984. There's the flip side of that. A lot of bootlegs we found had some of the names misspelled. Like I could find some that said, instead of Creatures of the Night, it said Preachers of the Night. That's pretty common. Okay. This one's Kiss Sneak Attack. These are some of the earlier bootlegs where they just put a colored sheet of paper in an old Gopher record jacket. This Sneak Attack was one of the first ones out. Next one is Destroys Anaheim Part 2, California 76. Sometimes these are packaged in box sets also, but these are the single albums. This is Kiss Stoned in Paris. Go ahead and flip this one around. You can see Live in Paris, May 1976. Okay. Great cover on this one. This is Kiss Live in Japan. What it really is the HBO special. We'll flip that around. Our good buddy Ace on the back. Okay. Next one is Kissing in the Pink. Another Animalized concert. Oh, you're going to have to watch a lot of the bootlegs on the Animalized era are simply recordings taken from the MTV concert and the Animalized Live Uncensored series. Okay, this is the first one we've got of another set of the rarer stuff. This is Kiss Alive, but it's a Japanese promo. It's missing the band, but if we flip it around, we can see that they all signed it on a Japanese promo tablet paper is what they call it. Okay, the next one is the German Kiss Alive 2, again with the German logo cover. Nothing different on the back. Next one's Kiss Killers from Japan. I spoke earlier how they had changed some of the songs. We'll go ahead and flip this around and show you that some of the songs have been changed to the unmasked songs. Shandy's on there. Escape from the Island's on there. Okay, here's some more bootlegs. This is Kiss Fancy Fair. This and the next album are all unreleased tracks. Outtakes from The Elder and then just some unreleased things. Next bootleg we've got is from '84. Again, the Animalized stuff. Beware of Imposters. Okay. The next one is Kiss. They Only Come Out at Night. This is the color cover. The other cover is a blue piece of paper cover. Next one is Kiss Fits Like a Glove, another Animalized show. Then we've got some older stuff. We're going to flip this one around. This is the King Biscuit Hour. A lot of bootlegs were made off of this one. The Lunchbox bootleg has this on it. The Unmasked cover bootleg has it on it. That's from 1984. This is, of course, Asylum World Tour 1986. Next one is Kiss Destroys Anaheim. This is the first one, August 20th, 1976. This is now on video circulating amongst Kiss folks. Okay. The next one is Kiss Takes Tokyo in '77, the Budokan show. I believe this is the HBO show again. This is Kiss Fried Alive, live at Long Beach in '74. This is a maxi single of Dirty Living in 2000 Man. I believe it's from Germany. No, it can't be from Germany. It's got the same logo. Well, we'll see where it's from later. Flip it around. Maybe there's something on the back. It is a German one. Okay, so that's the maxi single there. And then the Kiss Carton, which is a 3-box set of Blitz London, Sneak Attack, and let's see, I think that's it. Sneak Attack was a double set. Anyways, that's it for that one. Okay, here's some more bootlegs. This is Frehley's Comet Back in the Groove, recorded live at the L'Amour in 1985. Next one is Blitz London, part of that Kiss Carton box set. It's 76. This is Destroyer from Taiwan. You can see it says contains the singles, but then it just lists Beth. Okay. And that's on flimsy paper too. That's not a hard cover. The next one is Chelsea, the Peter Criss pre-Kiss album. And if my good buddy Jim will point to Peter, there he is. Okay, and that's on Decca Records and Tapes. I believe this is an import from Germany. Okay, the next one is Kiss Unmasked from Japan with the band. The next one is Alive 2 with the band from Japan. Dynasty with the band. This is a limited fan edition of Kiss. It's on Casablanca Records. It looks like it's from the Swedish Kiss Army. Thrills in the Night, Burn Bitch Burn, Heaven's on Fire EP. There's the flip side of that. There's Ace Frehley's Comet from Japan with the band. Okay, we're getting into some more bootlegs. This is Kiss Still Love You. This is a really good sounding boot, especially the solo by Vinny. And there it is on picture disc, so it comes in both forms. The next one is Kiss the Elder from Japan with the band on it, and of course you can see it's a different cover. Go ahead and flip that around. There you go there. Okay, that's the Elder from Japan. Next one is Kiss Live Without a Net, another bootleg. We'll go ahead and flip that around. That's from 1984, another Animalized with Gene picking his nose on the back. Here's a couple more bootlegs. This is Kiss Still Crazy. We're going to go ahead and flip this around. It's got a great cover. From 1988 in Sweden. Next one is Kiss 10th Anniversary Tour. We're going to flip this around. Obviously from the 10th Anniversary Tour. Okay. Next one is the first album from Japan with the band. Next is an Argentina Greatest Hits, O Rock de Kiss. This is a box set bootleg called Kiss Facelift. This is a great one to get a hold of. A Taiwanese Kiss Alive, again on with the flimsy covers on them. This is another Kiss bootleg. Flipping around, I believe it's Eagles at Stake, but I'm not sure. Yep, Eagles at Stake, Wembley in London. Okay, this is the Unmasked tour. This is, we'll flip this one around. This is the Wicked Lester demos. It says it's got Sweet Ophelia on it, but it doesn't. They've deleted that song on this album. I don't know why, but the CD version of it has it. Then it's got some Kiss demos. This is Walking Around the World. We're going to flip this over. Probably another Animalize. Yep, Chicago, 1986. No, it's an Asylum tour. Okay. This is an Argentina Dressed to Kill. You can see the difference on the cover there. This is Eagles at Stake with a color cover. Flip this around. And there's our friend Eric hanging out under a lamppost. This is Wembley 1980. This is a Japanese guitar guy doing Kiss songs. Flip that around. On JVC Records. Alright. This is the Japanese banded Kiss Rock and Roll All Over. Rock and Roll All Over. Or Rock and Roll Over. Kiss Banded Love Gun. Kiss Hotter Than Hell banded Japanese. Dressed to Kill banded Japanese. And the Originals banded Japanese. Okay, here's a gatefold Japanese banded Destroyer. We'll open that up and show you what's in it. Same thing as the inner hard sleeve of the Destroyer. Okay, the next one we have is Ace Frehley Into the Night 12-inch, obviously autographed by the band. Next one is Paul Stanley Bootlegs, Starry Eyed. This is from the Paul Stanley solo tour. Let's flip that around. There he is on the back. Okay, the next one is Kiss Unmasked. It's a bootleg. We'll flip that around. That's the famous Preachers of the Night album. Next one is Animalized from Japan with the Japan band on it. Next one is a Japanese reissue of Double Platinum with the band on it. There's another German maxi single. Now these German ones don't have the logo change like the other maxi single we saw. This was I Was Made for Loving You and Charisma. This we've seen before, but this is Kiss Tears Are Falling, Heaven's on Fire. This is a live EP from UK. This one's Kiss Live from Hell, Love Kiss from Hell, Lick It Up Tour 83. Flip that around, see if there's... Plus special guests Helix and Heavy Petting. Okay. This is Music from the Elder. We'll flip that around. I believe this is some more outtakes. Boys Want to Rock, It's So Pretty, Gypsy in Her Eyes, In Her Eyes, it should be In Her Eyes. Back on the Streets, I'm in Love, Your Baby, The Unknown Force, Heaven, Young and Reckless, World Without Heroes, and Don't Run. Okay, here's a double platinum. We're going to open this up because it has different pictures in the middle. The inside cover of double platinum, the different version. This has pictures instead of the foil. We'll go ahead and pan that across so you can see everybody. Alright. Here's another Kiss in Vivo, a little bit different than the one we showed you earlier. We'll go ahead and flip this around real quick. There it is. That's going to wrap it up for the Kiss vinyl. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, call the Kiss Network, 602-493-9334. See you later. Or your vinyl collection, make sure that they have them. Look at that, the Kiss Radio, $9.50 each. That's Kiss Alive 2. Another foreign album. This was released same time as Alive 2 in Argentina on Casablanca. La Major of Day Kiss, which is the best of Kiss. Let me flip this around. These Argentina albums really are something special to get a hold of. This got Rock and Roll All Night, Christine 16, I Want You, Gotta Choose, Flamin' Youth, Strutter, Hard Luck Woman, Shout It Out Loud, Hotter Than Hell, Love Theme from Kiss, which was strange, Love Gun, and Room Service. Okay, here it is, Originals 2, from Japan. The next three albums, Rock and Roll Over, Destroyer, and Love Gun. This is incredible. I was really pleased to get this one. It cost me a lot of money, and they're going for a lot of money right now. It comes with a songbook in English and Japanese. Also comes with a picture book, mask of them. It's pretty impressive. And then, of course, the sleeves are each album cover. Let me flip this around for you real quick. There you go, so you can get a better look at it. Exactly like the Originals one. It was a Japanese one only on Casablanca. Great for the collection. I can remember a time when I'd call record stores and they say there's no such thing as the Originals 2. But now here it is. Okay, right before Double Platinum was released, another Casablanca promo was released. This is Return to Casablanca. Features scantily clad lady holding the Double Platinum album. Let me flip this around for you and tell you what's on it. Strutter 78 on it. Do You Love Me? Rock and Roll All Night. From Kiss, also features some people Patrick Jouvet, Ruby Winters, DC LaRue, Munich Machine introducing Chris Bennett. People that obviously never did anything after this. Those are neat to have. Once again, one of the Return to Casablanca albums. Okay, here we go with Double Platinum. This is the original. Has a foil finish, embossed Kiss logo, the red painted above the foil. Inside, I'm going to open this gatefold up just like this. You can see that embossed, it has the boys' faces. Get it over to this side. With this light in here, it's going to show up really strange, but try and get it for you. There. Also in it came with a record award, a mini award for the fans that said Double Platinum on it. It was mounted and framed. I've got mine framed. Also, let me show you the labels on these. The original ones have these labels. I'm handling my record like this because this is a junk one. But there's the original label. Silver label. Kiss Double Platinum on it. Real nice. The new ones don't have that, and of course aren't a gatefold either, and nor do they have the foil. They've got the same gray looking label like this. It says on it, Honors Kiss. Casablanca Records and Filmworks Honors Kiss with Double Platinum. Okay, right before the solo albums came out, this came out for radio. Promo only. It's got 2 cuts each from the solo albums. See You Tonight, Radioactive, Hold Me, Touch Me, Take Me Away. Let me flip it. Don't You Let Me Down, You Matter to Me, New York Groove, and Fractured Mirror. This is a neat little promo album. These are pretty common to find. Okay, now let's go to the solo albums. We all know about those, so I'm just going to go quick through them. Paul, Gene, Ace, Peter. Now, the each of them came with a puzzle, piece, poster. Also, the inner sleeves look like this. Peter's also had a sheet with it thanking other people. They also were issued as picture discs. They also were issued in Japan with different picture disc covers, which are super awesome, and we'll get to those in the picture disc section. But those are the Kiss solo albums. Okay, another Argentina album about the same time was released. Greatest hits off the solo albums. Let me flip that around for you. Pretty neat stuff here. On Casablanca. It had a little bit different stuff on it rather than the radio promo. It had Wouldn't You Like to Know Me, It's Alright, Hold Me, Touch Me, You Matter to Me, That's the Kind of Sugar Papa Likes, I Can't Stop the Rain, New York Groove, Rip It Out, What's on Your Mind, See You Tonight, See You in Your Dreams, and Radioactive. Okay, and this is the German Best of Solos album. About 5 years ago, these really hit the United States hard. A lot of the retailers were carrying them, but really neat little cover on it. Let me flip it around to the back. A discography. So you can see that the logo's, again, the German logo. Okay, Dynasty. Dynamite album. Had a neat inner label with the guys on it. It also had the poster with the Kiss members all in black, with just their faces showing. It's been reissued a number of times. I believe this one's a reissue. It doesn't have the inner sleeve. It's just probably got the plastic one and the tan Casablanca label. Let me show you a couple other things real quick. This is the 12-inch Charisma and I Was Made for Loving You on it. There was I Was Made for Loving You. This is the long version. Also appears on the CD Chikara, which we'll show you. German version of it, 12-inch right there. It's a maxi single. Although it says maxi single long version, it's really not the long version. The long version is in fact 7 minutes and 54 seconds. This one's only 4:29. In 1986, this came out. This is by the Nasty Boys. They're doing I Was Made for Loving You, a disco type version of it. Let me see if I can't find a Dynasty with the correct label. Okay, here's the inner sleeve for Dynasty. Pretty disco-ish. You got your lights there. Let me show you the label. That's the label that they had. This was also the poster, real similar to that. Again, one of the most awesome posters, and a lot of people agree with me on that. The Dynasty poster that was enclosed with this album. Alright, certainly one of my favorite albums, Kiss Unmasked. Original issues of it had a special label. Once again, let me show you that real quick. Just like that. It also included a poster of this bottom section here. And when it was I can remember when it was going to be released, and they said Kiss Unmasked, all the record stores claimed they had seen the album cover, and it did have them with their makeup off, but of course we all know different. That's that album there, Kiss Unmasked. Okay, the concept album of the decade, supposedly. Music from the Elder. This one was out of print real quick. Has a gatefold sleeve. Let me open that up for you. There's that. Let me pan it back and forth. Originally, when this was released, everybody was talking how Gene had wrote this screenplay for a movie. It's going to be turned into a movie, and it never was. Basically, I have no idea why. It was probably just another marketing technique. Let me show you the label with the hand on it there. Again, I don't recommend you touching vinyl like this, but these are some of the extra ones that are already in pretty poor condition. Let me show you the inner sleeve that it came with. There's one of them, if you can see that. It's a transparent sleeve. Nothing on that side. Pretty neat. That's just the Elder. Let me show you real quick. German version. Notice the bargain price of $9.99. That's a bargain. German version, German logo. It's not a gatefold. On Casablanca Records. That's the Elder. Okay, after the Elder, an import album was released, Kiss Killers. Most everyone has seen this now. I remember one time it was very rare to find. There's two different versions of this. One that there's Holland, German, and Japanese. This one happens to be, I believe, the Holland one. Has songs from Dynasty. The other one has songs from Unmasked. Also includes Escape from the Island, which is a Elder song. There's also the German logo version of the Killers. We'll go into more detail on the Killers in the rarer section and in the CD section, but it did have 4 new tunes on it. I'm a Legend Tonight, Down on Your Knees, Nowhere to Run, Partners in Crime. The rest were a greatest hits assortment. It's a pretty nice album to have. Definitely great on CD. Okay, this is by far my favorite album cover, and why they did what they did and switched it, I have no idea, and no one else does either. Anyways, this is Creatures of the Night. The inner sleeve looks like that, and has the lyrics on it. Also, the label is one of the best labels. It's got a real heavy metal Kiss logo on it. Looks pretty nice. There it is there. As you all probably know, Vinny did most of the guitar on this thing and is credited with writing quite a bit of the songs and getting Kiss back on the road to their heavy metalness after the Elders' unsuccessful bout. Let me show you, as much as I hate to, what they did to the cover, which most people don't know why they did it either. But they reissued it latter part of the 80s to this. Bruce Colluxe on the cover for some unknown reason. Let me show you the back of the original one quickly. Little lightning scene there. Here's the back of the new version. Someone's butt looks like the back of a Loverboy album. Anyways, they did it, and I guess they can do what they want. Some neat stuff came off this album. This is a Creatures of the Night 12-inch. I believe it's from Europe, UK. There's the flip side of that. This had Rock and Roll All Night Live. Look at the album label. Let me pull that out for you. There it is there. They started getting more into the merchandising again. Let me show you some of the other things they brought out. This is the Kiss autographed engraved album. Same label as the other one. Same stuff on it. But flip it around. I don't know if the light's hitting this right. But the autographs of Ace, Eric, Paul, and Gene are engraved into each vinyl album on the flip side. Also, the neat thing about this is one of the first double groove A-side. If you start it at one groove, it plays Creature of the Night. You start it on the other groove, it plays Rock and Roll All Night, the live version. That's kind of neat. One other thing that the Creatures album produced was the Killers 12-inch EP with the tongue of Gene Simmons on it. Let me flip that around for you. The dark side had Killer and Love It Loud, and then it had a brighter side for I Was Made for Loving You. And it says it's taken from the Kiss Killers LP. The 45 of this has a tongue which you can move in and out on the sleeve of the album. Alright, now it's the time when they took their makeup off. Of course, this is Lick It Up. Standard American release. There's nothing special about this album. Except they put Eric on a stool, it looks like, or something. Anyways, not very exciting, except for the fact that this is the first time they showed their makeup, showed their faces without the makeup. The Japanese one's a bit different. It has a makeup sleeve over this, and we'll get to that in the rarer section. Here's the 12-inch single that was released with it. Obviously shot from the video. Has Lick It Up, Not for the Innocent, and Still Love You. Okay, this of course is Kiss Animalize. Nothing real spectacular on Mercury albums and tapes. We flip it over, we see Eric signed that on the last Hot in the Shade tour. It's Columbia Record Club. CRC's down the bottom. Released on it was Thrills in the Night, the LP. The flip side of that is the edit version. That's a promo copy of that, 12-inch. In the UK, they released this, Heaven's on Fire, Lonely as a Hunter, All Hell's Breaking Loose. There's the flip side of that. That's a 12-inch single EP. They had some other stuff with the Animalized that came out, scarves and things like that. But this was Mark St. John's one and only effort. Later went on to White Tiger, which we'll get into also at the rare section. Okay, this is Asylum. Probably next to the Creatures of the Night LP cover switch. It's got to be the ugliest cover of all the albums, in my opinion. Somebody might like it, I don't know. Nothing special, again on Mercury records and tapes. There's the flip side of that. Here's a 12-inch single for Tears Are Falling. That's a UK. It's got Heaven's on Fire Live and Any Way You Slice It. There's the flip side of that. Get you another look at that cover. Also, in Japan, Who Wants to Be Lonely All Night and Heaven's on Fire Live 12-inch EP. Also on your Japanese items, make sure you keep the band on. That's it makes it a little bit more valuable. These are on Polystar. Of course, Polystar is no longer putting out vinyl, but that's a neat little item. Okay, what we have is Crazy Nights. Nothing special on this album. There's the flip side, except for the fact that they did release a CD single, and I believe it's the first CD single, promo CD single that they did release. The first ones were sent out in a magazine called Hits, Hits. It was enclosed in the magazine with the jewel box. I grabbed one of those. Of course, you can probably find these CD singles all over the place now. Off it with 12-inch single promo of Turn on the Night was released. Promo of Crazy Crazy Nights was released. Then we got into the European 12 inches for Reason to Live. There's that. Crazy Crazy Nights. There's the flip of that. That also has No No No, Lick It Up, and Up All Night. Then Turn on the Night. Has Turn on the Night, Hell or High Water, King of the Mountain, Any Way You Slice It. Has one of my favorite Kiss cuts on it, Hell or High Water. I think one of the best things they've done in a long time. Oh, and Crazy Nights also did have a picture disc simultaneously released, and we'll get into that when we get into the picture disc section. This, of course, is Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. Now, there's 3 actual versions of this album. This is the United States version. Notice the songs, tons of songs on there. Eric doing Beth, which didn't set too well with Peter from what we understand, but nonetheless. The European version of this album had shandy songs on it. Again, like the Killers, unmasked songs on it. Like the Killers, some of the songs on Unmasked were bigger hits than some of the Dynasty songs in that country, so therefore they substituted the Unmasked songs for the Dynasty songs. Also, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits was released like this in a picture disc, and we'll show you the picture disc later. 15 Years of Kiss Story, and then it's got a nice gatefold on there, and it's pretty well written by somebody. I don't know who wrote it, but anyways, it's got a little neat stuff, and it's a nice little picture gatefold. And then on the back's a little different also. Well, here it is, the last full album on vinyl by Kiss, Hot in the Shade. Dynamite album, I felt. Tour was even better. Here's the flip side of that. Get these while you can. They're nice to have. Along with the release of that came First Kiss Last Licks, limited collector's edition, and it's promo only. Let me flip it for you. Listen to this lineup. Love's a Slap in the Face, Betrayed, Prisoner of Love, The Street Giveth, and The Street Taketh Away. Then on the B side was Nowhere to Run, Partners in Crime, the demo tapes for Deuce, and the demo tapes for Strutter. There's also liner notes from Gene and Paul, and this is dynamite. I'd grab another 100 if I could get my hands on them. Also, Hot in the Shade produced 2 12-inch singles. First one was Hide Your Heart. Had Betrayed and Boomerang on it. Now this is a European single, 12-inch. The next one is Forever, which also had the demo versions of Deuce and Strutter on it, and came in a gatefold. Let me open that. Hand that back and forth for you. That also has a discography on it. Of course, not complete, not as complete as this, but that was real nice. Had Forever, Street Giveth, and The Street Taketh Away, Deuce, and Strutter. Okay, now I'm going to get into some of the more rare stuff. Not the rarest, we got another section of that, but some of the rarer stuff. This is going for quite a high price right now. This is the first thing that Gene and Paul ever did on album that we know of, that before they had a record deal, before Kiss. This is called the Lynn Christopher album. This is a promo copy. Let me flip it over. Those that got the first Kiss newsletter for the Kiss Network know what's on it. This has got Gene and Paul. Let me show you where it says. Background vocals: Margaret Dorn, Linda Lawley, Sharon Redd, Gene Simmons, and Paul Stanley. They're singing backgrounds on this. So what we've got here is they're singing Celebrate Dance to the Music, which is pretty hilarious, on both Celebrate 1 and Celebrate Tracks 2. And that record's going for, I've seen it for $200 all the way up to $500. So if you get a hold of one in one of those bargain bins, grab it. This next one is Kiss Hotter Than Metal. What it really is the Alive album's first album. You'll notice the song line up here. It's a Holland album on Polygram, or it's supposedly licensed by Polygram. That's kind of a neat one to have. Okay, this is Superstar Kiss. This is an Italian album. This is a great little gatefold here. It's kind of nice. Let me pull the book out for you. There's some shots. You can see some of the pictures. Of course, it's all in Italian, but nevertheless, it's something definitely nice to get. There it is there. This is my second one. My dog ate the first one. But try and get one of these. Basically, it's just like Hotter Than Metal. It's the first album in the Alive album set. This is kind of a neat item here. This is a red vinyl interview bootleg. Of course, from the famous Back or Back-A-Track or whatever they call themselves now. To Back Now. I just like the cover, actually. Let me flip that around again. There you go. Let me put this up also. This is another bootleg. Simmons Meteor. Obviously a takeoff on Frehley's Comet. But it's got some neat stuff on it. Sound quality isn't that great, but it's okay. First, it's got a 77 San Francisco show. Fair quality. Then it's got some rare live performances of We Won't Get Fooled Again, Sunshine of Sunshine of Your Love, Hey Joe, La Bamba, Whole Lot of Love, and Give It To You Easy, and Burn Bitch Burn. It's I got it for those, and it sounds pretty decent on those. This thing is great. This is from what I understand, an Australian compilation. Hard to believe, a Kiss covers compilation. It looks like, I just noticed it, Bruce Kulick signed it down here. At the Hot in the Shade tour. What it is, various bands, and there they are right there, doing Kiss songs. Nirvana, one of the hot new bands out now, doing Do You Love Me, which is terrible. Detroit Rock City's okay. Parasite sounds exactly like it by the Smelly Tongues. The rest of it's pretty much a joke. Hullabaloo doing Dr. Love as a joke. Melvins do a really satanic version of God of Thunder, which is pretty stupid. Coffin Break does Beth about 20 times faster than it's supposed to be. It's kind of a joke, but it's definitely worth getting, mainly because of this. And let me show it to you. This is someone's collection. This is inside the gatefold. Let me pan the whole thing for you. From what I understand, some of these albums don't have this in it. Let me get my shadow out of the way. There you go. And if you notice, there's some neat stuff here. There's a Vinnie doll right down there. There's an Eric doll right down there. Can you see that? It's the Eric doll. Of course, the masks, the costumes, jewelry, lunch boxes, the Viewmaster set, wallets, I mean, this is worth getting just by itself, just to see all this stuff. Pretty neat. Like I said, this is some rare stuff, but it's not the rarest rare. What these next items are albums that were produced by somebody in bands. For instance, Black and Blue and Heat. Gene Simmons worked with them extensively. From what I understand now, some of the members are in a band in LA called Cold Gin, which is, of course, a tribute to Kiss. Gene and Paul were there last, probably at the end of December, from what I understand, and watched the show and thought it was pretty dynamite. That's Black and Blue and Heat. Gene produced that. Gene produced Black and Blue Nasty Nasty. Keel, he worked with them. The Final Frontier. The Right to Rock. And by the way, Gene is credited on the back of each of the albums produced by Gene Simmons. This is something that we wrote about in the Kiss Network. This is Crazy Joe and the Variable Speed Band, featuring, let me flip this around for you. I hope you can read this. Ace Frehley on Syndromes on Eugene. Supposedly, and no one's ever confirmed it, and we've written to Ace himself, the little man here with the Halloween mask and the yellow jacket supposedly is our friend Ace Frehley. We don't know. This is in the collection because this is Argent, the original people who wrote God Gave Rock and Roll to You. On the new version of it, Gene and Paul and Russ Ballard are credited with writing it. They did change some of the words. It's really interesting to hear. If you get a chance, pick this up. It's also on another Argent album. Let me see. Called Encore, which is a 2-record set. And it's also on Argent in Deep. This is New England. They opened up for Kiss on the Dynasty tour, I believe. Also, this was produced by our good buddy Paul Stanley. It says so right up there. I hope you can read it. That's a good one to get. And this, unfortunately, with the shrink wrap the way it is, I hope you can see this. This is our friend Wendy O. Williams. On the back of this is basically another Kiss album. We had Ace Frehley on lead guitar and Bump and Grind, Paul Stanley on guitar for Ready to Rock, Eric Carr on drums on Legends Never Die, and it's produced by Gene Simmons. It'd be great, but she sings on it, so it kind of ruins it. I don't know. This, of course, is Easy O, the Japanese version of Kiss, and Gene Simmons produced it. There they are there. I personally think they're dynamite. Okay, wait. Here we got, let me start down here. This is another back-to-back collection of, there you see Gene, Eric, Paul, and Ace. Let me turn this around for you. There's the flip side of that. These are interviews as well. These are some new stuff that's come out recently, last couple of years. This is the Saw Blade interview. There you go, right there. Saw Blade. And this is, let me get this out of here for you. The Bat. Let's see if you can see the bat. See? I hope you can. This is the Bat interview. Flip it on this side. Picture disc. Okay, I'm going to swing everything around and I'm going to show you some of the other picture discs that we have. Okay, here's some of the picture disc. These are made by Phonogram. Here's the first Kiss album, Hotter Than Hell. Destroyer, of course, Dressed to Kill, supposedly was never made. Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, Ace, now that's a Casablanca release. Let me swing down here. There's Paul, Peter, Gene, Kiss Dynasty, Unmasked, The Elder. Down there we have Creatures of the Night, Killers, Lick It Up, Animalized, Asylum is made, and we'll show you that one later. This is Crazy Nights, and there's Thrashes, Smashes, and Hits. That's the one that comes in the 15 Years of History version. Here's a couple other picture discs. This is one of 4 Gene Simmons interview discs. That's a rectangular Chris Tetley disc. There's a neat little 45, you can get a hold of it. Norman Gunston singing In the Kiss Army. Let's go to the CDs now. Something a lot of people didn't pick up, but probably should have, is Kiss First Kiss. It's a 4 CD set. You can see what albums they are. Nothing special, but it does have its own number, and for the die-hard Kiss fans, you should have got it. It's now out of print. Okay, let's go through some of the weirder stuff here. There is Hard to Believe CD there. There's a Crazy Nights limited edition picture disc CDs, Conversations. There's a Rise to It. There's a Reason to Live right back there. This is the latest one, God Gave Rock and Roll to You. There is a Kiss in the Land of the Rising Sun. It's a 2 CD set. And I showed that to Gene Simmons, and he autographed it. And hang on a second, I'll show you. What that really is the Crazy Nights video for live. I guess it's called Kiss in Japan, Crazy Night with Kiss at the Budokan. Anyway, there's a Hide Your Heart CD, another Hide Your Heart CD, another Hide Your Heart CD, the Forever CD, another Forever CD. These came out in Japan. These are 3-inch CDs. This has Hard Luck Woman and Detroit Rock City on it. There's another one of those interview discs. There's the soundtrack to Bogus Adventure. There's some various things there. That's some of the cassette singles. Okay. Here's something. This is, if we can get a good picture of it, this is Kiss Chikara CD. You're going to have to excuse the lighting in here, but we're going to go for vinyl only anyways, and this is a bonus. Anyways, this is Kiss Chikara. It's out of print. It's a CD from Japan. Let me show you a little more. Okay, there's a better look at it. Kiss Chikara. Let me show you one behind that. This is Creatures of the Night, and we sell that at the Kiss Network here. The cover for it. The covers that we sell is a little better than that. It does say Creatures of the Night. It's the actual size that they should be. This was a prototype. Here's Kiss Killers on CD. This is from Japan only. Okay, real quick before we get into the rarest of the rare albums. This is, as you can see me in the reflection. Let me get a little better shot of this. This is Gene doll that I made. Dynasty costume. And he's just part of our collection here. Let me show you some stuff up here. Here's some of the Kiss Army kits. A reel-to-reel of Alive. Some of the dolls, Viewmaster set. There's a Vinny doll. Peter, Ace, our good buddy Eric. Just some neat stuff around here. Up a little more. Got the lunchbox, things like that. Here's some shoes that Ace supposedly wore. This is a, I don't know if we can pan around big enough. This is a Kiss Alive 2 billboard that I got. Here's the pinball machine, of course. Here's some neat stuff around here. Here's a painting. Gene. And now let's get on to the rarer vinyl stuff.